everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Leah Renee, and this is Drab to Fab Lifestyle, where we transform our lives from drab to fab. Today I'm going to be bringing you a topic that I have literally been trying to figure out how I was going to bring it to you guys. I know we typically do Manifestation Mondays. However, I have literally been going hard with bringing you guys as many spells and things of that nature. So this week I wanted to talk about a topic that I received a download on that not many people want to openly speak about in our culture. But I did want to go ahead and touch base on it for those people out there who really need some assistance with getting through their grief. Okay, so that brings me to our topic of discussion, grief and how to deal with grief, how to deal with the loss of a loved one, and how I overcame my issues or still am overcoming my feeling of loss when losing my parent. Okay, so this is not one of those like happy time videos if you think about it at the beginning, but if you are equipped with the tools to live a successful life, then it makes it a happy video. So, you know, I try to always stay in the mind frame of gratitude and namaste all day, every day. But I really feel like this was necessary. So check out my intro and I'll be right back. I have just a few notes here, and we're gonna chat and have a little chat. So stay tuned. Number one step when you are going through grief or the loss of a loved one or just a very detrimental time in your life where you feel like you are about to go insane and scream, okay? One thing that I'm learning as alpha women is very difficult for us to say, hey, I need to be loved on, or hey, I need to take a break, okay? So it is okay to say, I need to have a break. I need to get away, stop thinking about what I have to take care of, stop thinking about all of my jobs or whatever, okay? So first things first is to be surrounded by people who remind you of the happiness in your life, the good times. And if you do not have those people, get you a dog, okay? The first thing I did when my mother passed, because I'm an extrovert, but I'm like an introvert at the same time. So the first thing that I did was I purchased a dog, okay? Now, this dog, his name is Prince London. You guys have seen him plenty of times before. He is my baby. He saved my life on so many levels. And he is my loved one. He is my child, okay? So that is one way to really get through your grief. Being able to have someone to love on you, being able to just basically show you that you have someone there. Now, I know you guys who are coming from situations where you've never had a dog, you might not know that, you know, they do have energy. They have their own personalities. They are pretty much very charismatic, just like we are. And you'll learn by having a dog is all they want to do is love on you, okay? So now, if you do have people in your life, now I will say you can expect them, because people have so much going on in their lives. They can only be for you or be there for you to a certain extent, okay? A lot of times people for some reason, when people who are close to them are going through things, especially if they're empathetic, they initially check on you, or they initially, they're at the funeral, they sleep, but then they go back into their regular lives. Now, this is by no means, I don't believe, done on purpose. I just think that some people have so much going on in their lives, they kind of forget, okay, that you really had a traumatic experience in your life. So I think that it's very important to be able to understand that eventually you are going to have to deal with this on your own, okay? On your own. You're going to have to identify that this is something that affected me, and only me can learn how to deal with the situation so that I am healthy, I am safe, I am warm, okay? So that is very important. Keeping busy, okay? Now, keeping busy does not mean that you are working yourself or exerting your energy to the point of no return. Keeping busy means that you find things that you enjoy doing, whether that be a new hobby, whether that be new reading, whether that be whatever, going to the movies by yourself, going to dinner, whatever it is, you need to keep busy, because sometimes when the mind is idle, ego will allow you to think foolish shit, which will manifest foolish shit in your life, okay? Excuse my language, but I needed to be real raw with y'all for you guys to understand that everything that we attract in our lives is mostly due to our actions or our thoughts, okay? And we have got to stop and ask ourselves, what are we manifesting? What are we manifesting? I know I talk about that all the time, because you can change your current reality. However, you have to remind yourself that you are the one in charge. You are the powerful one. So keeping yourself busy will allow you to just basically keep your mind busy, okay? So you're not thinking negative thoughts, okay? Positive thoughts, positive results. That's what my mom used to say. Okay, another one that has really, really helped me. When I lived in Atlanta, I really didn't realize that a lot of my uncomfortableness was due to the fact that I was dealing with grief of the loss of my mom, and especially to do it on my own. I do have a little sister, but she also has to, had to deal with it as well. So I didn't realize that part of my discomfort was due to personal grief of losing my mother. And so one thing since moving to LA that has really tremendously helped me on so many different levels is meditation. Now, as you guys know, I did grow up in the church, and meditation is a form of prayer, but I have learned that true meditation with balancing the chakras, with the crystals, with just binaural beads, and etc., that type of meditation really centers in yourself, and it allows you to return to the vibration of happiness and stability. So it's very important that you take the opportunity. I meditate morning and night, but if you don't have that type of time, that's fine. At least once a day, to help you through things, and remember that everything that happens in our lives, every single thing, baby, every single thing is due to the plan that sometimes Creator has that we don't really know. Like, we don't really know exactly why Creator has these plans for us until they do unfold. So when it comes to grief and loss, you have to remember that your loved one is in the spirit realm, still rocking with you, still working on your, just working behind the scenes. And if you got your ancestral money, they go on overtime for you. So it's just, very important that you remember that although they're not physically in front of you, they are still with you, okay? This heaven that people have created is the same concept of the spirit plane, of the plane in which our ancestors and etc. are there working with us. Okay. Take a break when need be. Okay, and I mean true break. I mean literally get together with yourself and say, I'm going on vacation, or I am literally not going to concern myself with what's going on. I'm going to know that Creator got my back and that everything is at the will of Creator. It's very difficult, okay? That part is very difficult to actually go with the will of the universe, because at the end of the day, I know it sounds crazy to some people, and so when you tell people that you literally just go with what the universe has for you, you know, I know sometimes that might come off like you're a loco. However, I will tell you, it is less stressful when you identify that you are loved, okay? And when you identify that you are loved, beyond what's in your physical experience, you will be able to move past certain things. So when it comes to taking a break, it's very important to take a break so that you are able to, you know, push through. Literally push through. We all deserve a break. Everybody deserves a break. And I myself have been really trying to teach myself that, because especially me, since losing my mom, I'm having to be this alpha woman like over time. Like, we've always been raised to be alpha women, to be boss women, you know. However, it's like it's an overtime. So I have to sometimes force myself to go to the spa, go get a massage, take that trip, you know, because it's very important to have holidays for yourself so that you can deal with what you got going on internally correctly. What else? That's really all the notes that I have, because those are the things that actually really worked for me and have continuously worked for me. If you have someone to talk to, that's cool. You can really like go to someone, converse, or get a therapist, or a friend that's close to converse with. I personally don't have that outlet, but I think that if you do need to release, it is very important for you to find somebody that you trust. And if you don't release and you need to speak to somebody, speak to the universe, because that's what I do. Sometimes you don't get responses back vocally, but I literally be there just talking to my ancestors and my spirit guides, and I just tell the universe, like, yo, I'm here. Do you hear me? Do you hear me talking? Okay? Sometimes, like I said, it is very important to be able to hear, you know, people speak back to you. So I know it can be difficult to be vulnerable with humans, especially in the time of grief and loss, but sometimes it's very much so needed to help you get through your turmoil within your emotional field, within your field, your field of loss. Okay. I think that it's very important not to overindulge in things that are like alcohol and like drugs and stuff. I think it's very important for you not to do that as well, because you will become a person that you never intended to be, because all alcohol does is bring forth the person who you are and what you really have going on. And so it will just become heightened after the alcohol intake. So I advise you not to overindulge in that. If you can, I do know from personal experience that that part can be difficult, because what alcohol does is it allows your ego, it's another way for your ego to be calm, and for your ego not to be in control. And so as humans, we always want to, you know, suppress things and allow things not to really affect us. So it's important not to overindulge in those things while you are going through this tumultuous time. I think that's pretty much all the major points that I wanted you guys to get. Is make sure that you surround yourself, if you have, with people or animals that truly love you. Get a hobby, participate, get out there, keep busy. Meditate. Meditation is divine. Take a break when need be, and expect that sometimes you might have to be alone, but you have to fill those alone moments with things that make you happy, that uplift you and remind you that you're not alone technically, because the people who are still there for you are in the spirit realm, all around you, following you, guiding you, loving you, trusting you with this opportunity. And I know all of these things sound easier said than done, but yeah, look at me. I am here. I am alive. Okay, me and my mother were the freaking closest ever in freaking life, and I'm still here, kicking, pushing, all my businesses, working. But just like anybody else, I have to take a break. So yes, be a boss, but be an alpha woman that knows how to take care of herself too. And grief and loss is one that can be battled, but it just takes determination, and it takes you identifying, I am human, I am okay, I am always going to be safe and warm, and the universe got my back. Okay? So next week, after the holiday, I'll be returning back to Manifestation Mondays. Like I said, I wanted to go ahead and give that a little break. For all those who have not watched the previous Manifestation Mondays, they are up. It's about 6 or 7 of them now, which I am so happy about, because it's just like, whoop, whoop, we're getting them pushed out, okay? But, yeah, so this video was sponsored by Drop the Fab Lifestyle, okay? My baby, my other baby. And, yeah, so I love you guys. Stay tuned for next week, and we out.